we go. We are live.
Good evening. It is Wednesday. It's March 3rd. I only know the date because yesterday was my mother's birthday.
Oh, please give her my best cue, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are on live on the greatest neo soul and classic hip hop show on the web, powered by the neosoulcypher.com.
There you go.
You see that?
It only took 8 months, but it's all good, man.
Yeah, I've got Regina and Ray here. Ray said he was only going to be on the first 2 live shows, but what happens when you know how you meet a woman and you're like, I'm only going to mess with her for a little bit, and then next thing you know, you just keep messing with her. That's what's happened with Ray and the experience of being live. So he can't get enough of that sweet, sexy thing that's called
my gosh.
Online radio. What's going on, y'all?
It's hard to respond after that, man. But with that said, there's a lot going on, man. It's an interesting time in many ways, very entertaining time. We actually, it was a pretty momentous occasion this past week. We had Andra Day win the Golden Globe for Best Actress for portraying Billie Holiday.
I have got to see that.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And I hear it's really good. Did you see it, Ray?
I have not.
We gotta watch that.
Yeah, I think we should. It'll be a mission for us to watch it before the show next week so that we can actually intelligently talk about it.
Makes sense.
All right.
Makes sense.
We will do that.
The Grammys are coming up, right?
Yeah, the end of the month, right? Or
I think so.
Yeah. So that'll be really good too. I'm looking forward to that because it is award season. So
I found out an interesting piece of information. I don't know if I shared this, but I was told that Meg Thee Stallion's mother is one of the women from Oaktown 357. Is that true?
I don't know if that's the case. I know that she was a rapper as well. However, I don't know if she was in Oaktown 357. I do believe she did pass though. About a year ago.
We're gonna have to look this up because I was told that she was one of Oaktown 357.
Really?
Holly Thomas.
One of the women and
Hollywood. Her name was Holly Thomas, apparently referred to as Hollywood. No.
Yeah.
Mother's. I'm sorry.
Okay. So we'll have to do our research on that particular issue as well to make sure that we come up with the right info on that. But I do have some very good additional information as well that I know is true, and that's the fact that they have an incredible documentary coming up on Netflix on Biggie.
No.
So I cannot wait to check that one out. I saw the original one from back in the day, which was like around almost 20 years ago.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Now,
yep.
I love Biggie. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
So they can't be out there messing up Biggie.
Yeah. And I think it's called I Got a Story to Tell You, which goes to one of his raps. I don't know if you remember that one about the New York Knicks in particular.
I remember that. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I do too.
But I love Biggie, so don't mess up Biggie.
Nope, we do not want that to happen. But we have another serious and incredible rapper from the borough of Brooklyn with us tonight.
We're Brooklyn at.
Yes, we do. We are chilling with our man BD3, so we're looking to bring him on in a few minutes. So we're excited to have him on. And now I think we had him on before, right, guys?
Yes.
Guys him?
Yep.
And so it's great to have him back because he's got a new project that he's going to tell us a little bit about.
Regina's up to something.
We are
4 minutes into the show.
I was told that last week I was a little too active. active, so I'm just like on my best behavior.
So you're gonna be the opposite now. Just be yourself. You weren't yourself last week.
No, you were fine.
You were hyped.
The ratings went through the roof.
They say
You were hyped.
I didn't even have any wine last week. I had no red wine. I was just chilling. But we, on a sad note, though, we do have to mention that we lost Bunny Wailer.
Oh,
Bunny Wailer from the Whale. Yeah. So that's definitely an end of, Bob, Peter Tosh, Bunny was left. So that's definitely an end of an era.
Yeah.
So we have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And well, not music related, but Irv Cross. Is that his name?
Yes, CBS broadcaster.
Yes, I remember being a kid watching NFL Today with him. He was the only brother on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yep.
So
yep. We lost him as well, and I do. I was very, I didn't realize, as a kid coming up in the early '70s, mid '70s, and seeing him, you didn't realize that he was really kind of the first of his of black broadcasters. I didn't realize that at the time, but
he absolutely was.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's big.
Indeed.
So the Grammys, I'm kind of out of touch with, because the last time I tried to watch the Grammys, it was torturous. Is it going to be better this year, or is it going to be the same thing?
I have challenges watching award shows because of my belief that they don't necessarily reflect merit and talent the most, but at the same time, it's a lot of politics.
Absolutely.
But you know what we should do? We should do a whether we agree with the nominations. So when the nominations come out on our next show, we should actually talk about whether we agree with the nominations.
I like that.
That means you have to watch everything too. Okay.
Yeah, that does mean we need to watch the actual nominees and listen to the nominees. I mean, we're not going to do it for every category. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to do it for the major one.
Did you guys watch Ma Rainey?
I have not myself.
I tried.
And see, that's why I haven't watched it yet, because
it's tough.
I'm a big Chadwick Boseman fan, so to know that's his last movie, I know it's going to bother me.
It's the one scene which would bother anyone, and especially since that particular scene probably happened more in history than we can even imagine.
Are you about to ruin the movie?
I'm not at all. But I'm telling you,
well, spoiler alert.
He was so good, so good. I just sat there and bawled, and I felt like I was actually in that room that he was describing.
He is an amazing actor.
And all and all the actors I could place, I could see the older actors. I'm like, I know them, but not their names. I think one was, I could be wrong, married to Aretha Franklin, maybe. What was his name? Way back. Well, quite you wouldn't know. You're a little younger.
Thank you.
Not by much, but I went 2-3 years. I was just trying to be nice. Just being nice.
So one thing that we will have to ask BD3 when he comes on, and I'm going to ask you guys, are you ready for Friday? Are you ready for Coming to America?
I cannot wait. I literally cannot wait. It's going to be off the chain.
I'm a big Wesley Snipes fan.
Yeah.
And every time he has to be funny, he's funny. Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
Because if you saw the Dolomite movie, he was phenomenal in the Dolomite movie.
Okay.
And he was hilarious.
Okay.
Wait, you guys didn't see the Dolomite movie?
I have not seen it.
I have not.
Eddie Murphy got nominated for an Academy Award for that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna give you a hard time next time. Okay, I'm going to give you a hard time. Next time you haven't seen or heard something that you should have. Okay.
Well, that's fair.
Just wait. All right.
So we got BD3. He's got some exciting stuff for us.
Yeah, we're going to bring him in right now, as a matter of fact. And our man, BD3. What's going on?
Peace. How you guys doing?
Hey, all right, man. What's going on with you?
I'm doing well. How's everybody?
We are maintaining. Okay, Regina, why are you grinning so hard? Oh my! The man just came on. You like,
And I don't be happy. And I don't be happy. I'm happy my nephew's back here quiet. I'm just happy. Like,
Actually, we're happy about that too.
yeah, we really are. We really are. Well, welcome back, man. It was good to have you.
Yes, sir.
And Brooklyn in the house.
Yep, you already know.
One of my favorite places. Like we talked about that before. That's where I go for my Thai food and my cake and all that other good stuff out there.
Oh,
So,
yes.
What's going on, man? What you been up to?
Man, everything is good, man. I feel super blessed and highly favored, man. My health is good.
highly.
Yeah.
That's nice. I love it.
No, I feel real good. You know, it's very trying times for a lot of people. And you know, in the midst of all of these things happening, I'm actually doing really, really well. And I actually want to be humble about that. Because I know that people are going through like really tough times. But me personally, I'm actually doing like really well. So I'm super happy about that. But trying to maintain and being humble at the same time.
Nice.
Blessing.
Yeah.
So what are the top two things that are making you happy and excited right now?
Oh man, well, I've been super active. Like I've been on a lot of releases within the last like month.
Okay.
Right? I just put out, well, not me, but I'm featured on a record with the legendary Marlon McClain. Marlon McClain was in the band Pleasure, right? And like did a lot of stuff with Charlie Wilson and In Vogue and all of those cats, and I was able to do a collaboration with him called Ain't No Stopping.
Yeah, we're actually very familiar with that, my brother, because we actually had Marlon on the show.
Oh, dope.
3 weeks ago, and we rocked that track, man. So
that was so much fun creating.
Yeah,
it was so dope. It was so dope because I knew he specifically had said, "Hey man, I want an East Coast dude to be on this record," and my management, George Littlejohn, he kind of like connected us and put us together. So it was a beautiful thing, man. Like we talked on the phone, it was like instant, connection and chemistry, and then like he sent me like the stems, and we worked that out. We knocked that out quick too, like real quick. But what I wanted to say was Marlon McClain, my brother FK Jazz from True Culture. I'm on his record Talk. My brother also from True Culture, Uncle Nephew, we just released the instrumental version of Sunnydale. So like that's for like the real music lovers, the DJs who want to kind of just hear the instrumentation, without the lyrics and just to kind of get into, to the flow of the composition. Like that's dope. Trois Pour Trois.
All right. So
I got a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah,
no.
This is your show. It's not mine.
I want to pronounce that. I want to pronounce that correctly. Yes. So let's phonetically break that down, my brother.
Yes.
All right. So let's break it down. Go ahead.
So it's trois.
Pour.
Or.
All right. So that means 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Means
right. Okay.
This means 3 for 3. So actually, so it's funny because I'm a young cat, but not a young cat, right?
Okay.
Like I'm in like a weird generation because I grew up before technology hit, but at the same time. So like I'm not really an internet person, but I do understand the elements and why it's so important.
Right.
So anyway, to make a long story short, I've been transitioning from being the guy who does a lot of outside gigs and just beating the street and beating the pavement and performing all the time to actually making sure that my music is accessible on streaming platforms. So when I go online, I want to make sure that my catalog is a good representation of me as an artist.
Okay.
So I made a concerted effort to release a lot of music within the last year or two. And within 2021, I'm going to be releasing 3 tracks every 4 months. So that's what 3 for 3 means. So this is the first
Cool.
Trois Pour Trois. Yeah.
That's so
Right.
cool.
No,
Yeah.
that is great. That is great.
I like it.
Yeah. So now you mentioned another Sunnyvale. Now was Sunnydale? Okay, that was in 2020, right?
2020, yeah. So the original Sunnydale album released in 2020, and the instrumental versions released about last week. Yeah, last week.
Okay. Nice, man. So now, one of the things that we love to do here is we love to mix up, folks who are kind of deep in the soul and the neo soul space with folks from our classic hip hop, era, but also who are from the current era, who are real lyricists. Now, listening to your stuff, you're a real lyricist, man. So
Thank you.
I love that about you, man. So what are your influence from a lyrical perspective? I would love to kind of hear that.
That's actually a good question, man. I heard you guys talking about the Biggie documentary. I really implore you guys to actually sit down and watch that. You're gonna see a side of Biggie that you would never have thought. Like it talks about how, he had a mentor that was a jazz musician that put him on to bebop drumming, and how Biggie's flow mimicked the drum patterns of bebop.
Oh my gosh!
And he was grooming Biggie to be a jazz musician.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like there's like, and then also because his roots are in Jamaica, his presence on the microphone is almost like ancestral, because in Jamaica, they have the toasting, right? Like,
right.
R.I.P. Bunny Wailer, like you have the toasting. So that is almost like, the fundamentals of the MC in hip hop, right? Like you have the DJ, like we talking about like the original MC, not the rapper. Like the original MC was there to assist the DJ into, chanting at the crowd, saying whatever they're saying, to hype up, the crowd and create the atmosphere. And that was started in Jamaica. That was started in reggae culture. So it's almost like in the blood. Yeah. And I say that to say it's kind of the same for me, right? Like my parents, my mom is from Grenada, my pops is from Barbados. I was born in East Flatbush, raised in Crown Heights. Like I'm a super West Indian. Like I'm first generation, right? I'm the only Yankee in the family.
Okay.
Hey, me, I started off.
Okay.
So in the house, my mother played a certain type of music and raised me a particular way.
Right.
Outside, I could do, I could be, outside. I'm. It doesn't matter. I'm black, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Black American to everybody.
Right.
I mean, inside, it was different. Like we played, mother played a particular type of music and things like that. So I think, to be quite honest with you, when it comes from a lyric standpoint, I was influenced by a lot, man. Like I grew up listening to, Barris Hammond. I grew up listening to Bob. I grew up listening to Dennis Brown. I grew up listening to Buju. Like Buju Banton is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then also, as far as like, when it comes to hip hop, like Nas is probably like my favorite lyricist of all time.
Okay.
Just because of the poetry, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, it's just like, for me, it's just when I can connect with the story, and if it's delivered in a way that is not just right there in your face, it kind of like takes you on a journey, and I could find hidden jewels in it after I listen to it a couple of times. Like that's the bag. Like I want to enjoy the music up front, but I also want it to have replay value, and I want to learn something from it.
Yep. Yep, and you know, not to be a hater of what is current. The problem that I find today a lot in the hip hop that you hear on the radio is that there's not a lot of those nuggets there that you can take away and kind of cherish over time. It's just not a lot of that these days. Now, I'm not saying there's not young cats doing it, because they are, like you.
Right.
Unfortunately, they're not getting the shine that they need to get.
I mean, it's a difference between the rap industry and the culture. It's two different things, right? The rap industry is not promoting.
I love that.
Rap industry is not promoting lyricism. The culture will always promote it, but the rap industry is not.
Yeah. Everybody, listen to that statement. That's a profound statement right there. Yeah, that is a profound statement. Now, with that, why don't we get into your first cut, man? We're gonna hit you with the dedication, and then you can tell us a little bit about it. All right.
All right. Dedication off of Trois Pour Trois. About to get up in the old bag, headed for her wig. Pause on the Becky. This bitch. She classy and she spiritual, so she just meditate. Ain't no bitch gonna block me.
All right.
Excuse me. Bread and cheese. Ooh. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a lot of power. I'ma hustle every day, anything to get a dollar. See, my energy is special, I don't give away for free. I be out here making magic, they be out here making me. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a lot of power. I'ma hustle every day, anything to get a dollar. See, my energy is special, I don't give away for free. Shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week. Gotta show love to the shorties, that's a couple years for 40. Go to work, juggle school, they be holding down their oldies. Dinners with the baby, having brunch with the ladies. They be happy with their husbands, but they wish that they was dating. She a teacher or a secretary, holding down an office. Badass kids in the AP make the nauseous. Wanna spit in the coffee when she pick it from the desk. Never let her take vacation, they be footing on the net. Either way, she gon' hustle, go to school online, about to make career sis. Be a counselor in 5. She ain't playing and she finished it without no hesitation. Supposed to get an internship, but a supervisor hate. About to get up in the old bag, headed for her wig. Pause on this Becky, mop the floor with this bitch. She classy and she spiritual, so she just meditate. Ain't no bitch gon' block her blessing, she gon' find another way. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a lot of power. I'ma hustle every day, anything to get a dollar. See, my energy is special, I don't give away for free. I be out here making magic, they be out here making me. I ain't got a lot of money, but I got a lot of power. I'ma hustle every day, anything to get a dollar. See, my energy is special, I don't give away for free. Shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week. Ooh, shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week. Shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week. Shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week. Shake your ass on the weekend, you been working all week.
Yes. Oh, that is tight. That is tight, man.
Yeah. I love that. I love that record, man. It's a little bop. It's short, it's sweet.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go to the club. When are we gonna get to go to the club again, man?
I'm glad you mentioned that, Regina, because that is a club banger right there.
Totally, man. That is I was in my mind in a club somewhere.
Yeah.
Q man, you were there.
So what was the inspiration on that one, man? Tell me a little bit about that.
The inspiration is for people like Regina, right? Like, no, literally, it's the everyday woman. I thought about it, for women that I worked with, especially like who work really hard, all week. They may be in relationships where they really love their husband, but they wish that they were dating. You know what I mean? Like, not necessarily dating somebody else, but like, can you do something different?
Yeah.
Like I'm working all day, we're doing the same thing, nothing is changing. The they work hard, but their supervisors are like not acknowledging their efforts. It's actually specific to a few women that I do know about their situations. Like they worked in the Department of Education, and like one was a teacher, and she wanted to actually switch over and become a counselor. And when she made the switch, you know, if you know about education, your principal is supposed to give you the internship or really let you, you know, to do it in the school if you already work there. You know, It should be easy transition. But she didn't. Her principal didn't give her the
recommendation and support.
She didn't give her the recommendation. She hated on her. And she ended up getting a recommendation from another principal, so it worked out fine.
Right.
And, you know, she really was gonna go, you know, the old school way and really mollywop her across the head. But she remembered she is blessed, highly favored.
There you go.
She had her composure, but it's really a dedication to the everyday working woman. It's like, you know, shake your ass on the weekend because you've been working all week. Take some time.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure everybody hears this track, man. First of all, it's a banger. Secondly, you know, you got that meaty aspect of it too, man. So I love it.
Yeah.
And it's really good right now too, because, you know, women have been hit, like with COVID, a lot. I mean, people have been hit hard, but women exceptionally hard. And especially like those who have children and they have to educate their children at the same time. Husbands may have lost their jobs or whatever. They may, you know, and so it's women have really suffered a lot to this. That's good, because when this is over, I'm sure that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah, see? Yeah. It's a no-brainer. It was my way of being adding on, just being positive and just like, you know, I can't make twerk songs. That's not my thing. But I can make a dedication that you can dance to. That's what
actually, I was trying to twerk to that song, but I was told I was too active. I was just like, nah, I'm good. I just held my hands. I don't know how to twerk. I can't twerk. I was joking. If I could twerk, I would definitely twerk to that song.
Okay. See, Ray, it's not me, man.
It is you.
I'm telling you.
I'm self-conscious now. No, you guys have made me self-conscious now.
Oh man.
I was encouraging you. I was like,
you know what, Q?
I'm like,
I'm gonna be Regina from now on. I'm just gonna be Regina. I'm gonna behave this song.
I told you don't say that. It makes me uncomfortable.
I know, which is why I said it.
See what I deal with BD3? Does that make sense?
Y'all a funny bunch.
BD3, they told me I was just acting out last week.
Oh,
they were like, Regina, I think you were drinking. I was like, I don't even drink.
Very hyper.
It's like, I don't even drink. I was just happy.
So let me ask you, BD3.
No comment.
Who have people told you sound like?
When I talk or when I
both?
Both? Oh man. I don't know. When I was younger, people made a Nas comparison, but as I've gotten older, I don't know. Maybe Mos Def. Maybe, I don't know.
What were you thinking, Q?
Pardon?
When he talks, I hear some Funkmaster Flex.
So that's not what I heard. Who'd you hear? Right?
You know what? I do a real great Funkmaster Flex impression though.
I believe that.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Don't get gas. It's going down. New York City. I can do it all. I can do it. Pull over your cars right now. Like I can do
it. Can you do 50? Can you do 50 Cent? 50 Cent?
50?
Yes.
50 kind of mumbles a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
Yeah, he doesn't really.
I didn't know
I
that.
speak more fluently, and 50 doesn't. He doesn't like. I can't do that. He is who he is.
He's laid back though. He's sort of laid back.
We'll leave it at that.
BD3, we've had artists on week after week that are struggling through the pandemic, struggling to find success, struggling to get their process going, struggling to get new projects going. You're in the house, your brain is freezing, you're not getting your stuff done. How are you beating all of that? What is the secret?
Oh man, there is no secret, man. I'm an extroverted person, so I love being out. That's where I get my material from being outside and being around people and doing those things. So the beginning of quarantine, that hit me big. But I kind of ground myself in the space of thinking like, hey, the world doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Like the world is not stopping, and let your inspiration come organically and natural. Like don't force it. I never forced it before, so why would I force it just because I think I have more time? Like that's not realistic. You have to allow it to come to you. But I do take my opportunities in the morning time. I call those the witching hours. Like I'll wake up, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and if there's an idea, I automatically go and record it. I automatically go and record it, and I'll flesh it out later when I get the time. But I just think that I've been blessed to create my home working space.
Mm-hmm.
So that for me, I don't really have to go out. I don't have to outsource. Before, I always had to. Now, during quarantine, I kind of just do it all here. So that's been working out for me. But I just think people need not to stress too much because there's enough to stress about. There's a discount on stress.
So it's better for you that you don't have to go out then?
No, for me, I need to go out.
Okay.
I need to go out.
With the recording, same thing.
So it's easy for me now. All right. So real quickly, in the very beginning of quarantine, I lost a lot of gigs and opportunity because I wasn't able to deliver my content to people as quickly as possible because everything was shut down within the first week or two, like 2-3 weeks. Everything was shut down. People weren't going to the studio. Like everybody was like, "Whoa, we don't know what this is." And it took some time for people to open up, but now you have to work on other people's time schedule. So I couldn't do that because I'm a person who's like always like moving. So I was like, come on, man, why don't you have your home studio set up anyway? What are you doing? Like, that's your fault. Yeah. You're outsourcing because you're being lazy. Go and buy what you need to buy and do what you need to do. Like, autonomy, being autonomous is the most important thing for a musician.
I love that, man. So basically you're doing a lot of your own production as well now?
Yeah, so I still when it comes to production, I'm more so an idea guy, right? Okay. So I bring the ideas together and I bring the elements together.
Sure.
But I still collaborate really closely with Uncle Nephew, FK Jazz. Those are like my in-house people, and other folks too that I've collaborated with. Right. But as far as my recording process, I don't have to go outside anymore.
Okay.
I can record right here. Nice. And it's still as clear and as clean as if I went and booked the studio.
Okay. Well, that's great, man. That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It was important. I wouldn't even call it a boss move. It was just necessary. At this point in your career, why do you not have your home set up?
So we did talk earlier about your lyrics. So is that when it comes to you, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, or the?
Yeah, usually it comes at 4 in the morning. It'll come at any time, and sometimes I'll voice note it. Sometimes I'll write it down in the phone, or I'll write it on a piece of paper, or the back of Chinese, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I got, I just write it real quickly. I jot it down, and then it goes like that. But most times, like my creative process is I like to scat, right? So I'll scat, and I'll get like the rhythm and the cadence.
Can you do it? Oh, never mind. Can you
I
do
mean, I could, but we don't have.
Oh my
We don't have any
goodness.
music.
You got to get a beat. You got to do a beatbox,
Oh,
Regina.
I
Yeah.
cannot got to save my life.
Regina, you got to work on your beatbox.
Can you beatbox?
Why? Because I got big lips? That's offensive. You assuming. See? That's stereotyping.
No, I just said you're musically inclined.
Don't try to clean it up. I can't beatbox.
You guys are wild.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
call
God.
out racism when I see a BD3.
Oh my
man.
God.
I call it out, man, every time.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. But scatting is just a thing. Like you scat, you kind of get the cadence and the flow of what's going to go, and you record that, and then you go back and you fill in the content because the format is already there.
No, absolutely, man. That sounds like a cool process. Now we got another track to get to, and it's called "Say Less," and so we're gonna hit everyone with "Say Less" right now.
And take that advice, Regina.
That's why I'm not talking today. You're so mean to me. I've forgotten I wasn't talking.
Hey, yo, tell you niggas shut the fuck up, man. Niggas talk too much, man. Sheesh.
Say less. Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up, it's my war flex. Protect the back for 6 seconds. Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the back like a 6 seconds. My brother got hit by a car, called a lick off the settlement. We took it uptown, called my plug, cop some papers, are selling it. That was a 5 or 06, but the dates are irrelevant. The hunger for money turned against the pushes and peddlers. Line in the problem, career stopped early. Left a little person, you know my journey. Got the 1099s in the dub too sturdy, cause the music was a hand and I had to get sturdy. But the trip never ceased like a lifetime week. Design my thing, my back in my shit. Make money on tabs, now I rap on these beats, cause you cowards forgot by my reach. Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the man like a 6 Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the guy like a 6 All the girls get down on the floor. Money pimp, never mind who the hoe. Get rolled by the dollar, make it holler. He follow, she swallow all the name of the dough. Commas, guapa, cheese. How many cheap when they ride that bridge? And so many hands I consider it trees. See, even right now I be needing my piece. My piece of mine won't consider it cheap. It's fragrant from BD3, come with a feet. So baby, this a layup for me. Struggle mentality, please rest in peace. It's a fatality. Mortal combat in me, I can see you on smoke, but you behind the tree. You can flame down this orange, get toasty for free. Stop, dropping, rolling, the collar is green. Say less. Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the bag like a 6 Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the bag like a 6
Push the envelope. Élargissons nos attentes. Trois pour trois.
Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the bag like a 6 Say less. I hit a lick with my paycheck. Turn up my drip, it's my war flex. Protect the bag like a 6
Yeah, say less.
Push the envelope.
Push the envelope. Yes. Push the envelope. That was a personal thing for
like
me.
that.
Yeah, that's a personal thing for me. You know, if you listen to a lot of my music beforehand, you know, a lot of my friends were like, "Hey, man, can you make a record like that's modern? because like you are always in the '90s bag,
Mhm.
you in your R&B bag, you in your jazz bag. You make something that has a modern sound, but it still be you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, all right, say less, right? No problem. I got you. So we went ahead and I linked up with this brother. I think he's from Russia. I'm not too sure. Um, but you know, we did say less, and basically it was my commentary on money and the culture around money and how it affects people. And the thing that I like to do is I like to make things seem like it's super simple and dope and it flows really well. But when you really listen to my words, it's actually really critical commentary.
All right.
Oh, absolutely.
Critical.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling it, man. Feeling it. So with respect to that, man, how do you get to that next level or that kind of contemporary production? Because I mean, you're right in the pocket with what folks are doing today from a production standpoint. And so what was the vision on that, and who came up with it, and how did you execute it?
So my idea is always to. I was talking to George about this the other day. My idea is always to push the envelope, right? It's like I don't want people to ever get comfortable thinking that when they get a BD3 record, they think it's going to sound like this.
Okay.
It'll be like this, like, oh, this is his sound. No, I want you to just get familiar with me as a creative and not me as a sound. Right? Like Prince had so many different bags. Right? Like
Absolutely.
Prince made so many different records.
Yeah.
You can't define Prince by the only way you could define Prince is say he's Prince.
Yeah.
That's it. Period. You know, Prince will give you R&B, Prince will give you pop, Prince will give you jazz, Prince will give you whatever he wants to at the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know? Prince will give you super masculine vibes. Prince will give you, like androgynous vibes. Prince will give you whatever he wants, and like that's how I thought about my career too. I'm just like, man, I want to make whatever I want when I want to do it, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a download, you know what I mean? Like it comes,
Yeah.
I give it. So like, I'm not getting the same messages all the time, like so. I shouldn't give you the same message all the time.
Okay.
So
you push the envelope.
Right, push the envelope. So, like, just to answer your question, what I actually did is I sought out some production, one from Nira Beats, the other from Swiss Frankie, and man, I'm forgetting the other brother. Oh, Strix. Strix is who did Say Less.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just kind of like I had those beats for a while. I just never did anything with them.
Right.
And then when I made Say Less, because I made Say Less a while ago, I was like, okay, this is strong, and I need to put some things around it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I started looking for things that were similar in sound, and
Right.
then the concepts came around. You know what I mean? So if you see Trois Pour Trois is so Trois Pour Trois is in lowercase letters, but if you download or stream or buy, the songs are in capitals, all caps. Dedication, Say Less, and
Motivation. Right.
You know what I mean? Because those are statements. And that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to make a statement with those songs. Right. So like, I can be, we all are like that, right? Like at any point in time, we have the type of music we want to listen to. And, I might be here today and I might be there today, but right now I'm making a statement so you can hear me. And you need to be and able for, in order for you to hear me, it has to sound good.
Right.
So that's what I do.
Cool.
Tough.
So who are your reggae influences? Who's your favorite?
Well, Buju, I told you off top, Buju Banton. That's my.
Have you seen him?
Have I seen like in
live?
Buju? Nah,
Yes.
never. I've seen Beres Hammond live.
Yeah.
I've seen man, who have I seen live? I've seen Damian Marley live.
So Damian Marley, would you consider him an MC that you were speaking of technically?
Yeah, absolutely. He's
Yes,
nice.
he's
He's nice.
Mm.
and he's totally different from the other Marleys.
Yeah.
Style.
His pen is sharp. His sword is sharp. Like if you listen to Patience, is Patience? Off of the Distance Relative album.
I can't think of that one.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean the things that he says, so on point. But you gotta stay in tune because his accent is thick. So you gotta like really, really listen to it. You know, you get caught up in it because it's reggae. Oh yeah. But you gotta really listen.
He got something to say.
Yeah, he got something.
He does.
He got something. He's dope.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, but you know, I'm always gonna rock with Buju. I'm gonna rock with Beres. I'm gonna rock with Jacqueline is dope too. There's records from Jacqueline that I'll always listen to. But I'm probably going, I'm a rockers, rockers reggae, man. You know me, old school vibes. Like a Flatbush barbecue. I'm listening to Gregory Isaacs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you missed the West Indian Day Parade this year.
Yeah, man. I mean, the parade get crazy, so we go to our barbecue. We go to the parade, we look, and then we go back.
Okay, fair enough. I can only imagine what the next West Indian Day Parade is going to be like when we can actually have one in person.
I pray it happens. They've been trying to get rid of that before COVID.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah. So, in light of thinking about post-COVID, what are your plans post-COVID? What are kind of the things you want to do right after?
Man, I want to hit the stage running. To be honest with you, I miss performing, man. I miss performing so much. It's crazy. It's a different beast. Everybody who's been on stage, most artists, they just know, man. It's just like, some people love creating in the studio and some people love performing. I love both.
Right.
I have a particular love for being on stage.
Oh, that's great.
It's nothing like it. It's an energy. It's an adrenaline rush. It's an exchange between you and the people, you and your band members. I miss it.
Okay.
I miss it.
All right.
But that's the first thing I want to do.
All right. Well, we're so excited, man, to have you on the show yet again, and with these tracks in particular, man. Yeah. Because I love them. I love them, and we want to promote them. We want to promote you.
Thank
you. Just understand that you're more than a friend of the show. So
I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. So,
thank you guys for letting me run my mouth for like 45 minutes. I know I can be verbose. I get excited.
Man, you're a great interview, my brother.
Yeah, I was about to say, we should ask for an exciting interview.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, man.
Gina, don't let me get you in trouble anymore, okay?
Man.
It's not you. They're just too mean to me. I don't understand it.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, my man. Stay in touch with us. Let us know what you're doing. Like I said, we're gonna keep you at the top of everything that we're doing as well, and make sure people know about you and everything that you got coming out. All right.
I appreciate you guys. You all stay blessed. Stay safe.
All right, BD3. Thanks, bro.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right.
You okay, Regina?
That's a talented brother. That is a talented brother.
You got a lot going.
Yeah, very much so. No, I love interviewing him because he's so engaging and it's fun. Living while black during a pandemic.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, because So I'm here in Dallas, as you guys know, and I'm also a brother of the Black and the Old Gold, which is me. Now I'm a brother of the fraternity of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and the Dallas chapter here is hosting a discussion, an online discussion tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And if you go to our various platforms, you can see the ad and you can see how to log on to it. But it's called Being Black in the Pandemic, and it's really going to be a helpful discourse with really top-notch medical professionals that are going to talk to us about kind of the core physical, mental, psychological things that we have to deal with as a Black community during this pandemic. And we have the pleasure of having, Dr. Our brother come onto the show on a regular basis, Richland Cook, Dr. Richland Cook. And we're actually going to have him on next week for a little bit. And so we're excited to have him on. But for those who are in the Dallas area, but even if you aren't in the Dallas area, that's the beauty of that's the upside of this pandemic, is that no matter where you are, you can log on. And so we encourage you to do so. And like I said, if you just go to our platforms, you'll see where to go ahead and do that. So thank you for reminding me to mention that. You know.
I wonder if they're going to discuss, like, it is different. Like, if they're going to discuss all the other things that we had to deal with, not just the pandemic, but all the the violence.
Yeah, there's just going to be a really, I think, positive discourse around that. So I'm excited that I'm part of this organization. Number one, number two, that we're substantively dealing with some of the key issues for our community. So I'm glad about that. But I think it's also really good to mention to folks that we've got some really exciting things coming down the pipe at Neo Soul Cypher. First and foremost, we've got who coming next week, Regina? Who's coming next week? Who's coming next week? It is Carmen Rogers.
Yes.
Carmen Rogers. Now, speaking of Dallas, she is Dallas born, but she is internationally known. And so we're real excited to have Carmen Rogers join us next week. And so everybody, tune in, please. She's going to bless us with her energy and her talent. So we're excited about that. And so we also encourage everybody to go to the site. Now, there were a number of weeks that we were promoting people to go onto the site to give us their email and their phone numbers. And unfortunately, we had some malfunctions going on. It is all fixed. It is all fixed. So we encourage everybody to please head to the site, give us your emails, give us your phone number so that we can also text you and bring you up to speed on the latest and greatest. We actually have a new newsletter that's going to be coming out in April, and we're excited to have that into play. And we've got some additional shows that are going to be coming online as well that I'm not going to talk about right now, but we're going to come on a little bit. So we're excited about that. But please head to the site. Head to our social media on Instagram, on Facebook, and check us out, please. Looking forward to it.
Q-Man, what you been doing? How's your writing, huh?
Slow.
Slow?
Very slow.
How tall are you? Because it looked like you were walking through a dollhouse a minute ago. I did it. I'm like, what's going on?
I am 6'4".
You're 6'4"? Well, that explains that. Okay. All righty, tall guy.
In the town of Zimbabwe, I'm downright average.
We've met like once. I don't know if you know.
Is it the town of Zimbabwe or the country of Zimbabwe?
Couldn't let me get away with that mix up.
I couldn't.
I didn't notice. No one else noticed.
Not after you called me out earlier.
As soon as I said it, I was like, I hope that rides.
Where's your favorite state? Los Angeles?
Oh man. Yeah, I messed that one up. I knew as soon as I said it. I was like,
it's okay. It was just you just misspoke. You know, the fact that you know better, that's what's important.
It was a misspeak. It's hump day, man. It's hump day.
It's hump day for you. Some of us work 7 days. No, it's great to actually be Wednesday and move it out to Thursday. It's
Yeah,
amazing how fast these weeks and these weeks are going.
is.
Though, man.
It is.
Well,
Thursday
And
is
the year,
Yeah,
the year. It's
yeah,
like it's been a year.
yeah.
It'll
Just
be warm
Almost.
before you know it.
shoot. Next Tuesday, my youngest is turning 17.
Your youngest?
You're
Yeah.
old.
Wow,
You getting on up there.
that's kind
Scary.
of crazy.
That is, isn't that crazy, man?
I only remember her as 9 years old. So that's disturbing, actually. Wow.
And it kind of shakes you a little bit because you start to wonder about yourself a little bit too.
It does. It does. And you know what?
Yeah.
Since we got 5 minutes before SWAT comes on, I'll tell you. I remember when I realized I was getting old. I was in line at the bowling alley waiting to get some shoes. And I see this fine young lady. She looks at me, I look at her, and she starts walking toward me, and I'm like, I'm still that dude. I ain't even have to go say that to her. She's coming over here. She walks up, sir, excuse me, sir, are you in line? So
When you become sir, yeah.
bruh.
When
She
you
was-
become sir,
And she was
That was one of the
probably in the
worst.
military, and she saw you as a civilian.
She
So
was
she
a
called you sir.
20-something teeny bopper, and I was a sir.
I'm trying to help you out. Work with me.
Can't put lipstick on that pig.
Sorry.
That's when I knew I was old.
I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
it
I'm
is all
sorry.
good. It is all good.
Well, we appreciate BD3 coming through.
Absolutely.
We do. That brother is mad talented, and he just the thing about it, he's got this deep talent, but he's so personable as well.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so he's got the whole package. He's got the
Definitely.
whole package. So
definitely.
we're looking forward to making sure that more folks hear about him and doing all that we can do to make sure that happens.
Well, enjoy your weekends.
Thank you. I'm going to try to stay safe here in Texas, as they have let everybody just go crazy and not wear any
I
mask.
heard.
And now wear what?
You don't have
No
to wear a
mask.
mask. There's
Okay,
no
never mind. Oh my God.
there's no capacity limit on anything. Good luck. Just
I was just about to
go.
book my flight to Texas. I was
Yeah.
getting my Airbnb today.
The Dukes, the Hogs, everybody gonna be in the board's nest tonight up in Texas. I don't know how you gonna do it.
It's crazy.
So it's just nothing now. It's just like,
Nope.
there's no
Right.
COVID.
It's like good luck. No, the thing I will say is that all these companies are coming out, grocery stores, all these retail places and et cetera are talking about you're still going to have to wear a mask if you intend to come to our facility,
I can't stop that.
which is great.
That's-
But at the same time,
It can't be controlled.
well, no, what's happening? It's already happened. I've already seen text about it on these apps tonight. Is that people are getting into arguments around it.
Altercations,
And,
exactly.
yeah.
And you can't expect a person that you're paying. I mean, they're not security guards. They're not police officers. If you, really, what are you going to do if that person does not wear a mask? Don't want to wear a mask.
So
That's a shame. That's a
yep.
shame.
So yeah, we're gonna try to stay safe here. Nonetheless,
Hopefully the Airbnb prices will go down now. Hopefully.
Well, whatever you
I'll hold
decide to
out.
do, everyone, stay safe. We got a
Absolutely.
minute before SWAT, so I do wish you the best. I'm gonna go heat up my other Chick-fil-A sandwich and get it popping over here.
Well, man, I'm telling you, man,
No.
you best get Chick-fil-A as a sponsor next week. All right,
Yeah, I'll work on that.
you be dropping, a lot of.
And make sure you get like one of the blood pressure medications too. You could be one of those.
actually-
You can be a sponsor for one of those after eating all that sodium for Chick-fil-A.
Blood pressure's normal. No stress in my
good.
life.
Good for you, man.
That is
Good
good.
for you.
0.
Good for you.
That's
Yeah,
good.
man.
Yeah.
My doctor said, "Hey, you're fat, but your blood pressure's normal." So, all right, you guys.
All right.
Until next week.
Be good, everyone.
Yeah,
Stay
see
safe.
you soon. Good night.
Bye. Good night. Bye.